Every year we get a new game that takes over the world for a few months at a time, alright? Fortnite, Apex Legends, Grand Theft Auto 5, Breath of the Wild, Modern Warfare, Rocket League.
We get it, move on!
And every time I decide I have to go and try it out. I have to see what all the hype is about, find out for myself. But when that happened earlier this year, I felt very conflicted because the game was made by From Software. If you have seen any of my videos before, you probably know I hate Dark Souls. I do not like the games these guys make. I don't like the grindy nature of Dark Souls. I don't like having to go and pick up my shit after I die. And the insane difficulty paired with a pretty linear world build made for just an experience that I didn't want any part of. I've tried, don't like it. Bad game. A poop, fart game. However, once Elden Ring came out to incredible critical and commercial success, as well as taking over my For You page on TikTok, I decided I had to finally cave and give it a shot, get into some light BDSM.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
I was pretty pleasantly surprised, though this game should just have a different title in 1,000 Ways to Die. So guys, follow along as we review the 100-hour hold this game has had on my life for the past month or so. This is the Elden Ring review. Elden Ring is the most enjoyable experience I've had with a From Software game, and that's in large part due to its incredible open world. And I know that is a weird thing to hear coming from the guy whose most popular video is about how he hates open world games. That'd be a bit like Eric Cartman saying his favorite holiday was Hanukkah. It just doesn't make a ton of sense.
I'm actually the head of Gespetza Synagogue down in Colorado Springs. Can you believe it? I'm a rabbi.
However, the open world fixes the problems I previously had with the Dark Souls series. In Dark Souls, you would frequently get forced into fighting the same boss over and over again, just throwing yourself at them because there's nowhere else really to go. You have to do this in order to progress. In Elden Ring, if I'm getting my ass kicked, I can just leave. I can say, fuck this shit, I'm out, and go do anything else. There is so much to do in this open world. That's what drew me to the game. Because instead of just grinding experience against the same 10 enemies, now I'm getting my experience by playing the game and seeing this world and fighting new and interesting bosses, and in general, just having a good time. Who knew video games should be fun? Torrent is an amazing asset in this game because the ability to blow right past your enemies in order to get some loot that might be meant for a little later in the game is absolutely crucial to developing a playable experience for somebody who's not gonna get good or develop parry timing, because that's harder than it looks, all right? It's definitely important for people who just want to be able to get in a fight in the game without dying every time. I think that's a perfectly reasonable ask.
Do you smell that?
No.
It smells like there's a little bitch in my gym.
This is probably the best open world exploration I've seen since Breath of the Wild, and that's a very high compliment. Elden Ring has caves and underground worlds and cities in the sky, and that's before I even mention any of the places you're supposed to be going. The graphics are impeccable, each area is unique, the enemies are distinct, but everything blends together in a way that you can believe, oh, all of these places exist within the same scope of reality, which is important in an open world game. It can't just be a bunch of weird environments that don't make sense together. The combat is still deep as ever with plenty of weapons, shields, spells, talismans, armor, all the stuff that you would need to cater your playstyle specifically to how you want to do things. I personally don't like getting up close and personal because while it is satisfying occasionally, it does lead to me getting murdered much more often than I'd appreciate, so I prefer to play from distance and just play mage and summon ashes. That's what I like to do. It makes this very difficult game much more manageable for me. Also, even through 100 hours of gameplay, I was still discovering new mechanics through the combat. I didn't know that I could stack my damage buffs with my staffs if I held one in each hand until I watched a YouTube video about how to beat the Elden Beast. So I went from getting my ass kicked by that monster to going prehistoric on it and dropping a meteor shower on its head. It was a great time. While the game is a vast improvement on my previous From Software endeavor, it still does have those same inconvenient design choices that I just don't understand. The dying and going to get your stuff, still there. That's their favorite idea. They're in love with it. I don't get it. It'd be one thing if all you had to deal with was the enemies when you were trying to go get your stuff back. But you also have to rely on this game's pretty shaky platforming an unfortunate amount of the time. Losing 500,000 runes to a mistimed jump is so infuriating. Not to mention the number of things in this game that can one-shot you, whether they're enemies or just environmental obstacles. It's one thing for a boss to kill you in like one grab. It's a stupid thing, don't get me wrong. It's a bad thing. But it's one thing. It's another thing entirely for like me pretty late game, getting one-shotted by these zombies giving me their creepy Joe Biden hugs. Being even an average gamer coming into these games sometimes feels like Joe Schmo walking off the street to play in the NBA. I'm getting slaughtered out here, all right?
Let me get this straight. You think that killing those guys is funny? I do.
Adjustments to the damage scaling could make players feel a little more free to do whatever the hell they wanted to try to beat the game, rather than feeling a little forced towards the mage summoner aspect of the game, because that's kind of what ends up happening. Now, I know the game has a story, but that doesn't mean I understand anything about it. Or do I even care to? No, I don't. Honestly, this has always been a problem for me. These games that just kind of tell their whole story through vague exposition and lore entries and conversations with characters, but they're not conversations because you're just some mute moron running errands for a pale witch or a shit-covered asshole. I don't feel any investment in this. I don't. I don't know why I did anything I did in this game, other than she told me to, or I googled a really cool item and I have to complete this quest line, so here we are. I don't remember why this witch is now a doll, and I don't care. All I know is this quest line gave me the meteor shower spell, so cool. Even the ending of seeing myself sitting on the throne and I'm the new King Dick, it just didn't feel particularly fulfilling. It was like, all right, I did it. I'm done. All right, I'm out.
I'm pretty tired. Think I'll go home now.
All in all, Elden Ring is an incredible step forward for open world games, and we will most assuredly see it attempt to be copied and see that magic try to get recaptured by companies like EA and Ubisoft. Spoiler alert, they will fail because they are bad at things. But with an amazing open world, incredible combat, and just picture perfect exploration, Elden Ring is an easy game for me to recommend to anybody. Provided that person doesn't mind massive difficulty spikes, ridiculous damage, losing all your souls to cheap-ass deaths, or seemingly putting up with all of this for no other reason than she asked me to. It is a game that is amazing, but it is not quite perfect for me. Therefore, I had to revamp my scoring system a little bit to give it a 9 out of 10. I just couldn't bear another 4 out of 5, and I know it's better than Resident Evil 8. Guys, that's the whole video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying the whole time. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have played Elden Ring, let me know in the comments. What did you think? Does it work for you? What build did you use? Or did you have fun with the game? Am I full of shit? Whatever. Comment down below. I'd love to know. Like, share, subscribe, follow on the socials. I already got something else filmed. I'm working on it already. I should have it out soon. So it's going to be different, but look, I hope you enjoy it. All right? Guys, get out of here. Take care of those sweet baby angel butts, and I'll see you back here next time. Bye. Mwah. Baby, come back. In about 3 weeks' time, I will probably be done editing my